Hey, thank you for joining me for our weekend update. I want to get you thinking. Did you know that every 9 years, you're a completely different person? Literally, your body's cells, with a couple of exceptions, regenerate and completely replace all the old cells every decade or so. You never stop changing. Now, I share that because of two quotes that I have read recently. President Woodrow Wilson said, "If you want to make enemies, try to change something." And I think it's fair to say that some of us have experienced the truth of that statement. Compare that to what Harrison Ford said. He said, "Big changes in our lives are more or less a second chance." I find that interesting. I mean, if this year has afforded us some positive lessons, one of them has to be that we have learned how to adapt to change quickly. This has been a year for the record books when it comes to change. I mean, all of us have had to adapt, all of us. For MCC, that's actually been good in some ways, difficult for sure, frustrating at times, seemingly impossible to communicate enough, but I think it's probably been good. You know, I saw it in action this past week. We've talked for several weeks about trunk or treat, and we had a solid plan, what I considered a solid plan in place to create a safe, family-friendly environment for people to enjoy a night of, somewhat normalcy, right? And then the weather threw a wrench into that plan. And within 7 days, the event was reworked into what occurred this past Wednesday night. But in that meeting, I sat and watched our next gen pastors, so Eric and Megan and Michelle, who lead nursery through high school, and the volunteers they had in their group, Greg Ator, Nick and Nikki Grog, Marty Orwick, Bob Stadolski, all of them, through a conversation that took an idea. I watched them take this conversation, an idea that went from good to actually great. So thank you for asking God to use this event to help people see Him. This was never just about handing out candy and having fun. Our goal has always been to use everything we do to help people experience Jesus and experience His kingdom through us. So thank you again for your contributions of candy, which made it possible for every child who was on our campus to enjoy an evening of, sugar and inflatables and jugglers, a unicyclist, lights, costumes, gifts from local businesses. Listen, it was fun to watch our volunteers create a great atmosphere as they interacted with people in their cars. It was certainly not the evening we had originally planned. And quite frankly, it was a lot of work. But I think it was great fun for everyone. We were tired, but man, it was fun. And I will say, we did create a bit of a stir with traffic on Wednesday night. I apologize if you got caught in that. That was certainly not our intent. Hey, listen, moving forward, MCC, though, will continue to be a place that embraces change to meet the ever-changing world around us with the never-changing love of Jesus that lives inside of us. So, thank you. Thank you for embracing change as we move forward, because it will continue to happen. And just a reminder, this weekend is Time Change Weekend. I mentioned that in our staff meeting this past week. I reminded our staff to turn their clocks back an hour this weekend. And I got this blank look from some of our younger staff people, which, by the way, all of our staff is younger than me. But they said, our devices turn themselves back an hour. Okay. So still a heads up, all right? This weekend, we get an extra hour of sleep. And on Sunday morning, Adam's going to be sharing what Jesus did not say about you will never have bad days. He never said that. Jesus never said, to be clear, Jesus never said you'll never have a bad day. That may be a surprise to some people. I hope you'll come hear what Jesus actually did say. And this weekend, I get to lead our discussion at First Step during our 9:30 service. Listen, if you're new to faith or new to MCC, I hope you'll join me for part 1 of what it looks like to live that out here at MCC. And I want to encourage you to check out the links in the email below this video. And whether you're online or on campus this weekend, I'm looking forward to seeing you.